Welcome, Zentangle friends. My name is Emmy. I'm a CZT, which means Certified Zentangle Teacher. I've been teaching a long time, and teaching to me is like chocolate. And some of you have heard this, and you're smiling because you know what I mean. I have always enjoyed teaching. Sometimes it wasn't as good a teaching as other times, so I always laugh and say sometimes it was Godiva chocolate and sometimes it was Walmart chocolate, but it was always chocolate and always good because I love chocolate. So we are on GratitangleZ for the month of November, and today I am grateful for everything. I'm grateful for being here with you and this opportunity to teach you. And I appreciate when you comment and say something, then I know that we're on the right track. I hope you've grabbed your supplies, and I hope you've been able to take a second and think about what you're grateful for today, for our work. Today, I'm going to be so grateful for my whole life for learning Zentangle. It has been the most fun journey. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on. There are so many facets to what I've learned that I hardly know where to start, except to say thank you, thank you, thank you, Zentangle. Now, we're going to work on this fun pattern. I hope you can pronounce this. It's called Euque, I think. It's by Kim VanZyll. I have met her. She's a lovely, lovely CZT. Lots of fun and has lots of clever ideas. And I do think that you'll enjoy this pattern. It is quite clever. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to start right away with pen. I don't need to start with pencil. I'm going to make a fairly longish stem. And I really don't double the stem, although you could. You are the artist. Wherever I have a curve, I'm going to take a bit of my stem off, like that. I'm going to do a fun thing. It's a little hard to describe. I'm going to come back on the stick a little bit, and I'm going to pretend I had a lot of extra coffee today and just make a kind of an amoeba shape. At some point, I'm going to take off this little spot, whichever spot I want that had a curve in it, and take the divot out, take the corner out of it. And then I need that to be a little longer for her pattern. I'm going to do a series of little dots inside, smallish dots. I think it's a nice treatment to darken at the bottom of the stem and also thicken where the stem meets the main root or the main stem. I'm going to do this over here too. Come back a little bit. Go off with kind of, as you can see, an amoeba shape. It's not meant to look like anything. It's very Zentangle. It's very abstract. And that stem might just be long enough. Put a bunch of dots in the middle. Just dots. And thicken off the bottom where that leaf, or whatever you'd like to call it, flower, comes in. And then also where the joint is. Let's do it again. Come back a little ways. Make a curvy line. Believe me, yours won't look like mine, nor should it. They're all going to look different. Just thinking of an amoeba, and take one of the corners off somewhere. It doesn't have to be at the top. It can be anywhere you like. I hope you like this. I think it's kind of fun. Okay, fill it full of dots at the base of the leaf or the flower. Thicken a little. And the next thing I want you to thicken is right there at the joint. And let's do it one last time. You have to make a little bit of a turn on that one. Come back a little. Going to be different shape every time. This is okay. Now I've seen a few from time to time with two of these little darkened areas. So maybe I'll just do that here, darken a couple of areas, and then do the little divots in there. Thicken it where the stem meets the main stem. And actually I'm going to thicken the whole thing. Looks to me like I almost need another one up here, don't you think? Come along, a little bit of a wave. Think in terms of I had too much coffee this morning, if you did, or you could have had another cup. You're probably sad you didn't now that you're doing this fun thing. Now that I've got that going on, come back and do your dots. Fill it all full of little dots. Thicken where the stem meets the flower. And since that was the final one, there isn't any other thickening. I'm going to cap my pen a minute and grab my blender or my pencil before I grab my blender stump. Well, there's lots of choices here, but I like to do one side of the stem all the way. Just one side, not both. I'm going to come inside where I would think that this is folded here. And I'm going to darken in there. My pencil is definitely going to be my shading tool. Grab your blender stump. Push this along. I think there's a lot of uses for a fun pattern like this. Push that pencil around so that it gets smudged quite nicely. There certainly are other places you could shade and other things you'd do with this, but I really would like to just take you right to the calendar. And first I'd like to show you what I did with this. I had a little fun making a whole one leaf plant, which you know we see by the road all the time. So that's what I did with it. But what we're going to do is work on our calendar now. And I can't believe we're on day 13 already. Good grief. How'd that happen? Okay. So I am fond of starting in the corner, as you can see. I've started many of these in the corner. I think maybe I started that in the middle and that, so I'm not being totally the same. Maybe I'll start in the other corner. How about that? Or maybe toward the corner. Make a longish stick or stem. I have a bit of a wave to mine like you would see on a branch outside. And then I'm gonna come off at varying intervals. It could be any interval that you like, and we can add more here, you know. Can definitely add some more to this. And then I'm going to start right at the top. I can start anywhere. Come back about that little space. I'm going to extend my stem just a little. Wide. Trying to let my pen decide whether this is going to be round or not, or what interesting shape it might have. Thicken an area, or maybe two, and then fill it full of little dots. It's really quite cute. Let's go ahead and darken that stem where it meets the flower. Do it again. Come back a little bit. This one's going to go underneath. Around. Cute, cute, cute. Darken. Smooth that out just a bit. Maybe I'll do this one too. Making it my own, as I hope you're doing too. Dots all around. The stem is already thick where it joined to the other, so I don't have to worry about that. I hope I didn't make you dizzy turning my paper. Come back a little bit like we did before. I'm going to extend that stem inside just a bit. Makes a little more sense to me. It's a nonsense plant or flower, so it does not matter, but it still makes sense to me. And then where the stem meets the main area, I'm going to thicken that too, which means I have to thicken the whole thing. It looks a little hodgepodge there. I have room for a really large one here, so I might do that. Come back a little bit. Very interesting. Take a couple of those little bitty corners off. Add the dots. What a whimsical flower or leaf, whatever. I'm not sure. You can call it whatever you like, right? And just because it needs movement, I'm going to put some lines in here. You see, I'm working very lightly. It's almost like it's raining on my plant. Okay, I'm ready to cap my pen. Grab my pencil, shade one side of my stem. I'm going to put a little shading on the inside there, where the fold is, or where I would think it would be. And I think that I'll put a little bit of shade within this fun little pattern here. Not exactly sure where. Just want it to have a bit of illusion of being curved, and that's really kind of what shading gives you. Do you see what I'm doing now? I'm going along a few of these side pieces, not all. Just a few of them, and I'm going to darken those, and then I'm going to come along with my blender stump. Take a minute and grab your blender stump, and let's start shading. So I'm going to shade all the way around. In the stem and in this leaf slash flower thing. We're just working with whimsy this November, and I think maybe we all could use a dose of that. Just whimsical things. So far, these patterns have been very fun and very whimsical, and not too challenging, but they're exposing us to a lot of way different things. So I hope you liked that. That I thought was a lot of fun. So thank you for being here. And thank you for watching the channel. And if you wouldn't mind and you want to share that with somebody, I'd love to get more subscribers, if you know what I mean. It's a lot of fun to do this. So like the video, and I appreciate your being here. I'm Emmy. Thank you again. And you're on Zen with Emmy. I'll talk to you another time. Bye.